Hello. Thank you all for being here. This is episode 1 of Tampo, the very first Islands of Sina Una live stream. I'm not nervous at all. For this show, we do have some sponsors. Josh, could you take it away?
Yeah, sure. We've got 3 sponsors that we want to tell you about today. First, hey, Mackenzie, have you ever been on your way to a convention or, while doing that, where you're going somewhere to a game, been so frustrated at having to carry a 50-pound bag full of, a dice tray, a billion dice, a binder full of character sheets? Has that ever been frustrating for you?
Yeah.
Well, I've got a solution for you. It's D&D Beyond.
What? D&D Beyond?
We're sponsored by D&D Beyond. And particularly, right now, what's very exciting about D&D Beyond is they have Icewind Dale available for purchase. It comes with a set of Icewind Dale digital dice. And there's some other really cool digital dice that you can find there as well, including the Archmage dice and the Blacksmith dice, which come with a number of different metal dice that you can use on their system. It's great because you can open it in a browser. You can download the D&D Beyond player app on your phone, and you don't have to carry bags and bags of stuff with you anymore. Our second sponsor today is Eldritch Foundry. Latia, have you ever, as you're trying to get ready for a game, been looking for a miniature that would be just right for the character you want to play, but
all the time.
Had a hard time finding it?
All the time.
Well, I thought, hey, that's a pretty common issue. I wonder if I could find a mini for the character that I'm going to play today on this stream. And so I looked around online, and believe it or not, there are not limited edition, Sina Una races and other character options available in your average mini creators. But if you go to Eldritch Foundry, you can mix and match custom pieces and parts and looks to make your own character, and they can appear however you want. Right now, it's super exciting. They just released their Heavy Metal Doombard set. I took a look at it. It is basically like the coolest death metal armor you've ever seen in your life.
Nice. Very nice.
They also have a new set called The Wild Doctor, which I took a look at that as well, and it's so cool. It took me about 5 minutes today to make the character that I'm about to play on stream that y'all are going to meet in a minute. And I was happy. They had everything, including some of the more unique items that I thought might be tough to find.
Ooh.
Last but not least, we've got the Deck of Many. Paladin, have you ever heard of the Deck of Many?
Occasionally, yes.
Yeah. It's this great shop where you can buy all kinds of tabletop stuff, including the Sina Una supplement that we are about to use and showcase in this very stream. You can check out the PDF there. You can also order the hardcover book if you'd like that. They've got products for Humblewood, Griffin Saddlebag, and so many more things. If you want to go check out the products that they have there, we have an affiliate link that'll be posted in chat where you can get a 10% discount. That's huge because that is 10% that is staying in your pocket for buying, I don't know, more dice or, I don't know, extra cool stuff from them. It's great. I highly recommend it. Last but not least, we do want to say thank you to RockPunch for producing the show. It's a delight to be here. Y'all are really cool. They create geeky content on Twitch and YouTube, and they've got some phenomenal shows. On Sunday, you've maybe heard of D4. It's a D&D live stream with co-DMs, 2 DMs, not just one, and it's based on the Waterdeep Dragon Heist module, loosely. You can see Babs fail at video games. During the month of October, she's playing spooky games like Until Dawn. And you can see some other really cool games as well as she's doing that for the month of October. On Wednesdays, there is, and that's on Wednesdays. Sorry, I'm misreading the script. On Thursdays, you can check out Retro Gaming with Colton and Greg. That's pretty exciting. And both of those shows are 1 to 3 p.m. every week. So come hang out. There's some cool stuff. And coming up really soon, there is going to be a new YouTube video featuring some of the Rock Punch crew going to their local corn maze. So definitely check that out. We do have some giveaways thanks to our lovely sponsors. Today, during the game, we will be doing a D&D Beyond giveaway for the Rime of the Frost Maiden digital book. And at the time when that is prompted, you can enter #Beyond in chat to be entered to win. And similarly, we are giving away a free custom miniature from Eldritch Foundry. When there's a prompt in chat, type in #Eldritch to be entered to win that. Yes, all of our hashtags. Hey, Paladin, I think that's all the announcements I've got. So back to you.
Thank you very much for all that. So this is Tampo. It's a live stream Sina Una game. And playing in this game, let's go around and introduce ourselves. Let's start with Mackenzie.
Oh, hi. I'm Mackenzie Diarmas, Mackenzie Lane DA on Twitter. I am the lead writer for the Anzasina Una, which we are using today. I'm also an independent content creator doing a bunch of other cool stuff. So I work over with Matt Colville at MCDM, do some stuff with D&D Beyond, done some stuff with Mage Hand Press, bunch of cool stuff. You can see it all on my Twitter, which is, cycling down below. Yeah, I am excited. Do you want me to say who I'm playing yet, or shall we save that for in-game?
Let's save that for in-game.
Okay.
Let's go to Latia.
Oh, it's me. Howdy. I'm Latia. I cheered Paladin and Mac on while they were writing this book. I'm very happy to be you might know me from such live streams as the Top, an adventure in the islands, and a little thing called Rivals of Waterdeep, which is a Sunday thing. Other than that, just like Mac, I am a content creator. I have written stuff for D&D Beyond. I'm one of the developers for Into the Motherlands, which is the thing. It's a new thing, so I have to keep remembering that. But yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Okay, and lastly, unfortunately today, Josh, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hey, my name is Josh. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok and other social media at Joshua M. Simons. That's my name. I release some content on the DMs Guild. I stream on Twitch and have occasionally worked with some other cool creators. Got a lot of fun stuff going on, including this show, which I'm very excited to be here for. That's it. It's short. It's sweet. Let's play D&D.
Well, we also want to give a super quick shout out to CB, whose picture is displayed below me, because it is a terrible thing. Doesn't want to work right all the time. So we love him, and we will see him in future episodes when his internet behaves.
Yes.
When he's not dealing with the pains of moving. And lastly, I'm Joshua as well, but for internet purposes, I am HTD Paladin. You can find me on Twitter. I am the co-director for the Islands of Sina Una, and I do a bunch of writing and graphic design work for the TTRPG sphere. With all that said, let's get right into it. Let me find my page marker here.
Oh, you have a page marker?
I have page markers, yeah. So, the island of Adla Ato is one that strangers tend to avoid. It takes a brave soul to cross through the intimidating and disorienting jungles of the island. If the serpentine tangled vines and the cruel shrubbery don't discourage you, the humid atmosphere and the disconcerting feeling that something or someone is watching you will definitely make you think twice. Lush and abundant, some of its flora sweet smelling, makes it a kind of dangerous thing in disguise, as many of the plants here are poisonous. Fruits and leaves, all that can spill dangerous fumes that only a skilled healer can save you from. Because of this, even the fauna is territorial. But here on Adla Ato, there's the village of Linawan. And here, once every full moon, there's a gathering of hunters who come together to trade information, trade new innovations in technology, and a celebration is had where they are sent into the forest at night. And it is here on this full moon day that we find our players. Gani, could you please describe what you look like?
Sure. Gani is a volcano dwarf. So unlike other dwarves, his hair, which starts out a very, very dark black, actually fades to almost a wispy, smoky end, where it is gray at the tips of his hair. You can see he is pretty average build for someone of his height. He's not overly muscular, but it's clear that he works hard. His sides of his head are shaved, although he does have black hair that is up and in a knot at the top of his head. And you can see that he has some leather-based armor on, and carries with him a glaive, a long, looks like a spear, except that the blade at the end is more sword-like. And as he has this, you can see that he kind of uses it as a walking stick. It is always out, always in his hand, unless it is socially unacceptable. Other than that, you can see slung over his shoulder, he has a intimidating warhammer, a big metallic. It looks intimidating and quite heavy. And then next to that, you see he also has what appears to be some type of firearm. Something with a longer barrel, a rifle of some type. And you'll have to correct me on pronunciation here. It's an Astingal?
Astingal.
Astingal.
Yep. For people who are tuning into this and don't really know what Sina Una is, it is a 5e compatible setting based off of pre-colonial mythology and culture. As a result, web captors are going to have a really hard time with some of these words. Relatedly, some of these words are going to be very new to some of our players. As well, while Mackenzie and I are both experienced with this book, we are diaspora, which means our pronunciation will never be perfect.
We have an accent.
Yes, we certainly do. That said, in the book, there is a pronunciation guide, which I will be using quite a lot tonight. Gani, about once a week in Linawan, there is a busy marketplace known as the Baksakan. There, traders from other islands come and barter not just with Linawan, but with Badbaran and Tasulak. But here, the circumstance of both a full moon and the weekly marketplace is great for business. You knew in advance to prepare all kinds of arrows, to prepare daggers, to prepare all kinds of weaponry, all for ready use for either people who would be at the marketplace normally or for people who are here for the hunt. Your day is very busy, but every now and then you are able to get moments of free time. What do you do with your free time?
Well, I think it's one of two things. As I have downtime, I do enjoy a nice warm beverage, a cup of tea or something of that nature, and would likely try to find someplace quiet to enjoy that peaceful respite, a break from the busyness. And while I'm there, I will probably just absent-mindedly rewrap the leather handle, fixed about 2/3 of the way up the handle of the glaive.
Unfortunately, Gani, there's not a whole lot of quiet places here right now. While Linawan is normally a very quiet place, a small town outside of the hunter gatherings, between the marketplace and the gathering, it's busier than you would really believe it to be. That said, you do find a place a little outside of town where you see people coming in with carts or trade goods, and you're able to just get a quiet moment to yourself. Um, Faiza,
Yes, that's me.
can you describe what you look like?
It's kind of hard to miss Faiza. She stands well over 6 feet. Very broad-shouldered, Carabao tiefling. Her horns are very wide and curved. They make almost a complete circle going behind her head. And she's wearing like unassuming colored clothing, but with necklaces of like glass beads, and she's got a pouch, a bag slung over one shoulder. She's kind of standing somewhere off to the side, just kind of watching the activity.
Okay. So Ata-Ato is infamous for its very unique plants, among other things. While its fauna can be seen elsewhere in the islands, here the flora has adopted its own forms of defense and forms of poison. And you've never really had the time to study poisons. Studying mainly in the Great Bamboo Library in Tulunan in Iraga, being here is new, as is this just crowd of people. It's never like this in the library, it's never like this in Iraga, but here it's just this overwhelming number of people talking, trading, shouting, laughing, dancing, some people performing, some people telling stories. It's quite a bit different from your normal library. That said, staying off to the side of crowds, the sides of villages, you are able to get some reprieve and take in the sight. Here, there's all kinds of shades of green you're not really used to. Here, you can see the various hill spikes around the island. What do you do?
I would most likely be talking to or approaching anyone and asking what is the thing. As the flora, yes, are wonderful and fantastic, but what is the thing to do at this event, festival thing today?
All right. Could you?
That's what she's very overwhelmed. She doesn't want to. She wants to do something, but there are a lot of options.
Sure.
So, for someone who's brand new to, if this is like their first event, for example, what is the first thing I should do?
Well, can you roll me just a general charisma check?
Oh boy. Yes, sure. It's a 10.
A 10?
Mm-hmm.
You are watching all these people go by. You're watching this crowd surge and swell. But eventually you are able to ask this older halfling just what is there to do? And the older halfling, you stop her and she turns around. You see that she's wearing this blindfold over her eyes. And she looks up at you and says, "Are you here for the hunt?
The hunt?
Are you here for trading, or are you here for hunting?"
What's the hunt?
you come to Linawan and you don't know what the hunt is? She holds her arm out for you to hold.
I take it.
Help me go and make my shopping, and then I will tell you all about it.
I will help this woman hunt. I mean, shop. It's technically, she's hunting for things. Shopping is just hunting.
Shopping got real intense. As you go through the marketplace, she tells you about the hunt itself. She tells you that during nights of the full moon, hunters are sent out into the forest and are to return at dawn. There are torches that are drenched with the oil of the putat plant, and they line the village with it to signal back to hunters where they are. But other than that, they have to stay out there in the forests all night with the fauna, which is territorial, and the flora, much of which is poisonous.
So they just have to survive.
Yes. Hunters from across the island come together just for this, the sharing of technology and this ritual.
I guess I'm here to hunt.
She pats your arm and says, "That's wonderful." As she's holding this basket full of different fruits and different plants, she guides you towards the center of the village, where you see this large home, a Toragan, which you know as the home of the Datu, or local leader of Linawan. It's made out of sturdy wood, harvested from the forests, and stands impressively tall. And she pats your arm and unswoops it from your hold. Just stay around here and you'll see when it starts.
Thank you. I'm Faiza, by the way.
That's nice. As she just drifts off towards the Toragan.
Okay. I will just wait around here then and people watch.
All right. Ligaya,
Yes.
could you describe what you look like?
So Ligaya is a Balatkayo. Very similar to what you think of when you think of a half orc, sort of that tusked visage, but her tusked visage comes not from orcish descent, which doesn't exist here, but rather from the image of the goddess Halia, the warrior goddess who struck down the serpent Celestial Eater eons and eons ago. She has tan skin that's sort of freckled with starlight and these silver irises on black sclera like the night sky. Her messy hair is pulled up into a bun. And the most distinctive thing you can see about her is her tattoos. She is a headhunter. She has tattoos running on her arms, on her legs, and on her abdomen, which looks rare for someone her age. Normally, tattoos on the abdomen signify an experienced hunter, and she only looks to be about in her early 20s. She wears carabao hide armor around her on her chest and with panels around her skirt. And at her waist, she carries a myriad of weapons, two wavy bladed short swords called Kris, and on her side, the long staff and the curved sickle like crescent shaped axe head of the Bunang or the headhunter axe. At her waist hangs a tabard that is patterned with a significant S weaving, which signifies her role as a headhunter.
All right. And for anyone curious, Ligaya is a headhunter, one of the two new classes available in the islands of Sina Una. Ligaya.
Yes.
A few weeks ago, when you enacted your omens, you were told something different. You weren't given someone's name. You didn't head anywhere for anyone's request. All that was said to you was Linawan, hunt.
Okay.
It's strange for this to happen. Very typically, you're told to go to a person and find out more, or you're told about the person that you are sworn to kill. But with this, you've never been given the name of a location before. Not like this. So as you climb onto the shore, as you enter the settlement of Linawan, you see its marketplace abuzz, and you see hunters from around the island, sometimes from other islands as well, here for the full moon hunt, for this ritual. What do you do?
Would I have heard about the ritual before?
Can you give me an intelligence check?
Intelligence or history?
History. Let's go with history.
Okay. Let me find. Okay. What is? Oh, well, that's a 4.
A 4.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. All right. You have some knowledge of Adla'ato. You know that it's renowned for some of the poisonous flora here. You know that it tends to be a kind of hard place to be in general. But you don't really know the specifics about its hunt.
Okay. I would go sort of poke around very kind of not timidly, but more just cautiously try and find if I can see other hunters sort of gathering, then I'll go up to them or other people prepping, because I can recognize when people are prepping to hunt or go out and hunt. So I'd try and go up to them and just sort of ask, excuse me, is there I heard there was possibly a hunt. Is that correct?
Can you roll me just a general charisma check?
Stop it, no. Yeah. Oh my god, Ligaya can't roll for Garbo. That's an 8.
That's an 8?
Yes.
Fantastic.
I need to banish this dice. I
You
need
need to bless those dice, is what you need to do.
No, this is the dice Lucia gave me.
Oh no.
I know, I'm so sad.
You try and look around to find someone just to talk to, but you see a lot of people just involved in their craft, and I mean, do you really want to bother them?
Nope.
No, of course not. They're busy. You understand busy.
Mm-hmm.
You look around trying to find anyone, and out just a little away from the crowd, you see this volcano dwarf drinking tea. Quite a few weapons on him, so clearly he's here for the hunt. There's no other reason for someone to have this many weapons on him. None whatsoever. And he's just off to the side. He's not working on anything particular. He's not talking to anyone. He's just drinking some form of tea.
I would go up to him.
Gani, this Balad Kayo is talking to you now, asking about the hunt.
I was wondering if you had if you knew, I heard there was some kind of hunt going on. I wasn't sure what, but I was just curious. Did you know anything?
Well, the hunt happens here. I think it happens pretty much every year. It's very regular. So, that's why everyone is here in town. It's quite an event. Yes. What about the hunt?
Oh, I think I'm supposed to take part in it.
That must be very exciting.
Yes. I think. Are you not taking part in it?
Well, I was not planning on it. I make weapons. I am a craftsman, you could say. If you would like to purchase weapons, we have a.
No, I'm good. I
Oh,
just figured because you've got all that sort of. I figured you'd be a hunter or a fighter or.
oh. Well, I do fight, but primarily to protect others. Are you in need of protection? You don't
No,
look like it.
No, I'm okay. I mean, I think it'd be nice to have someone to hunt with, but I don't need it. I'm good.
Hmm. I think you want someone to hunt with you.
Um, um if I mean you're not here to hunt, so it's fine if you don't. I understand it's a ritual for hunters only, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't really know. I kind of just got here.
I don't know either.
Cool.
But I am happy to not know with you.
Well,
And I will
thank
finish my
you.
tea. And I will set the cup down, grab my multiple weapons, and stand up. So, where do we not know that we're going to together?
I I guess it's biggest crowd of people. That seems like the usually for these kinds of things. I'm Ligaya, by the way. Hi.
Gani,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you as well.
So crowd, people.
Yes, I seem to
Okay.
recall earlier that there was a large group that way. I think we should look in that direction.
That seems good.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna go head towards what Mac knows as the Taragan, but the guy is just like ah.
Gani, you too would know what the Turagan is. Turagan. Pronunciations are fun.
Excellent.
As you head towards the center of Linawan, you see that the marketplace starts to dissipate around 3, 4 in the afternoon when the sun is just starting to set. Gani, your earnings are kept by the business owner, and you know that when you return, you'll be able to share the profits.
Yes.
Faiza.
Yes, that's me.
While you were standing off to the side, just people watching, was there anything you were looking for specifically?
No. She
Just generally watching?
generally people watching. At some point she might have even just like kind of like phased out for a little bit, like felt the wind around her, like felt the ground beneath her feet, just kind of like pressed her toes into it. She just would have been there.
All right. Can you make me 3 perception checks?
Yeah. All right, first one is an 18. Second one is a 21. Third one is a 17.
Very nice. Okay. So you're watching the crowd trying to get an eye for the different people here. There are a couple that stand out to you. Firstly, and kind of insanely, there is this human with this lantaka. A lantaka is a cannon made out of either copper or bamboo. They are holding one very casually. Normally these things are mounted onto a swivel onto the backs or sides of ships, but this human is just carrying one around. You're not quite sure the effectiveness of it on the ground. Normally people just use Ostengals. But this person must be onto something because they're clearly on land and they clearly just got a cannon.
I'm losing it over Mac losing it right
You're not sure how it's going to work visually, but you're pretty sure that whether or not it works or fails, you'll at least hear it.
Yeah, I was just I'm gonna make a mental note to listen out for that over the course of the evening.
The second person you see is this elf who is walking around with a couple of spears all made with coral points. They all have this gold cord around the head. And while coral isn't, a strange thing to build a weapon tip out of, it does make you a little concerned. Typically, the only thing you really need a coral weapon for is for aswans, creatures that reflect some of the darkest points of life, a dark reflection of it, of some of our taboos and worst fears. There are only certain ways to bypass their natural resistance to being cut, bludgeoned, or pierced, and coral is one of those things. It's almost as concerning as the cannon, to be perfectly honest. And lastly, the one thing you do note, and you've been able to pick up on this from your time reading in the library, is that you see a headhunter. They're not the most common profession or taking. They're not the most preferred, method of life. It's sometimes a very hard thing to undertake. The lifestyle of being told to kill people. Well, maybe for a good reason, it can take a toll on people. And you see one, and you see another, and you see 3 headhunters in total here. You see a Black Kayo headhunter, you see an Umlagad headhunter, and you see a halfling headhunter. You're not quite sure why they would be here, and that's more concerning than a man walking around with a cannon or one walking around with coral spears. The other observation you can make is that you don't see anyone else who seems to be of your persuasion of using magic. You don't see anyone with, no armor whatsoever. You only see people with weapons and armor. And if it weren't for your particular profession, your particular school of study, you might be a little worried too. But thanks to your internal magic, you think that you stand a better chance than some of these people even with their armor. What do you do?
The headhunters in question, how confident do they look as I watch them?
All but one have this kind of swagger about them. They seem very confident and either bored or sure of themselves. The Balat Kayo, you notice, tends to look at the ground more often than people's faces. And when not engaging in conversation with the dwarf next to her, she just drifts her eyesight.
It's like my kind of person. I'm going to go over there.
Ligaya and Gani, approaching you is this Carabao tiefling. Now, for people who are in the chat who don't know what we're talking about, in Sina Una, in the islands, there is a tiefling form known as Carabao tiefling. Rather than being lithe and influenced by fiendish influence or ancestry, they are infused with a personification of nature, namely its strength and might. It takes that form through icons of the carabao or water buffalo, the size, the muscles, the horns. So rather than being around human height, being lithe with horns being colored red or blue or green, you have someone who's typically 6 to 8 foot tall, made of muscle with carabao horns. And that is who you see approaching you.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you? And then I will be pointing back towards the crowd. Are you also doing the hunt?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
we are going to hunt because I've just joined.
Okay, can I also just join?
Yeah, sure. I haven't been told that you have to do this alone. So that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Faiza.
Oh, Ligaya.
Gani.
It's nice to meet you both. So you two don't know what we're doing either. I've been told we're supposed to go out and then come back in the morning.
That is more than I know. So
I'm not a hunter.
he's got a lot of weapons, though.
I make them.
Oh,
They're really pretty.
they are shiny and sturdy and usable. You see, she is leaning she's leaning on a quarterstaff, but like not in a way that would signify that she needs it. It looks very, very new. She's also not wearing any armor.
If you would like to learn how to use a new weapon, I have many new weapons that I could perhaps either give you or sell you or create for you. It is something that I do.
Weapons aren't, well, at least physical weapons aren't really what I do. And you see her, like, in addition to the quarterstaff, she like clutches at the strap of the bag that is around her shoulder.
If you don't mind me asking, what do you do?
I do magic. The spirits of the islands influence my abilities, and I mean, I came to kind of see what the spirits of this would do for my magic. Yeah, I do that.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm familiar with that. That's great. I didn't think there was gonna be any of your, well, what you do here. Usually it's I mean, and sort of you can see Ligaya tries to peek over Faiza, and then realizes she can't, so then peeks around Faiza.
And then Faiza will try to turn so that Ligaya can see behind her, but then we moving the same way. And so it's a little bit of a dance for a minute till we are both facing.
Yeah, there's a lot more of I guess hunters than there are magic users. That's super. That's really interesting.
It's yeah, I think I'm the only one here.
Then you are unique and the best able to take care of certain things that we may face.
Guess that makes us well-rounded.
Yes.
So,
do I see the other two headhunters?
You do.
Cool.
You do, in fact. and you know from their glances that they've seen you too.
Oh, great.
Now, all of you see this elderly halfling woman step out of the Torgon with this half-elven woman. Her hair is this beautiful, striking white, coiled up, and you'd be hard-pressed to find any adjective for it that wasn't somehow related to gorgeous or radiant. And Gani and Ligaya, you notice that there's not a whole lot of people in the town right now, in the settlement. You know that all the hunters are here. You know the people who live here are here, but the marketplace is empty, and it wasn't a moment ago. And in fact, there's not a whole lot of people here at all. And Ligaya, you notice something else.
Uh-huh.
The sun is almost directly straight up. A few minutes ago, it was the afternoon.
So it's like it went back in time? Okay. I will very gently tap both shoulders, but it's like reaching down and reaching up because of the height difference. The sun wasn't noon like a minute ago, was it?
Well, it is the afternoon.
Yeah, it was afternoon. It's now points to sun.
It's now noon. Why is it now noon?
Perhaps we walked so quickly that we walked faster than the sun.
Half-elven woman talks, her voice echoing across all the hunters and all the crowds, and they quiet down as she talks. Welcome, welcome everyone. Tonight is a full moon, and we are so glad that all of you could make it. Many of you are familiar faces, and a large part of the crowd erupts into hollers and hoots. And,
Yay!
And some of you are new for us this year. And that same crowd still hoolers and shouts, but they just kind of look around for any new face. You notice all of a sudden that a lot of eyes are on the three of you.
I try to duck, and it's not happening.
No, at 6 foot, you ducking is going to hit someone.
It hits me.
I'm
Trying to
sorry.
be like, trying to like, not puff out my chest, but sort of hold myself, and then I just get bonked with the carabao horn. Ah,
Sorry.
that's fine.
As always, you'll be blindfolded and escorted into the forest, and you are expected to make it back to us before sundown, lest you have to stay the night in the forest.
Wait. Is that what?
You didn't get very good checks.
Okay, cool. Just that's not what the blindfolded halfling told me.
No. You also didn't roll very good on your charisma check.
That's fine.
She bends down and listens to the halfling woman that Faiza you recognize from the marketplace.
I was going to ask that question also.
Who hears her, nods, and then shuts out. We do expect a storm tonight, so please use all that you have to make it back to us, lest you be alone out there with everything that entails. And you see there are different people going around the different hunters with blindfolds, handing them to each hunter, and each hunter putting them on. Some are handed to you three as well. Once you put them on, someone will guide you into the forest. From there, it's up to you, through whatever means that you have, to come back to us here. May all of you have good fortune. And you see some of the hunters are putting on the blindfolds. What do you three do?
Yes. We do the same?
As you put on the blindfolds, you're sorry?
Sorry, Gani was gonna say something.
I was not expecting this to be the hunt. Who is hunting?
I don't know, and that's concerning. But okay. I mean, what is it? We've got until sundown. That's fine.
That half-orc woman lied to me.
That is very rude.
I mean, yeah, what he said. So I don't know if we're gonna get separated or not. That's problem. What do you want to do?
Can we hold hands so that we're led into the forest together?
I don't know if that's allowed.
Neither do I.
Cool.
Let's try it, and if they tell us not to, we can apologize.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. And I'll try and find you.
I'm very tall. You can't miss me.
Yeah, okay.
So I guess if we get separated, just look for me, the only tiefling here.
Excellent. Okay.
Excellent.
Sounds good.
DM, as I tie mine around my eyes, I want to put it in a way where I can just barely see under the edges of it. I'm going to try to be real subtle about it, but I'm going to try to do it.
All right. You put on this blindfold and you get some spacing just underneath, but as you put them on, your senses dull. Your vision fades. Your sense of hearing dissipates. And your sense of
terrible.
motion leaves you. You feel a hand on your shoulder, and you feel it start to guide you somewhere with a little sense you have remaining. Faiza and Ligaya, you see Gani put on this blindfold and then immediately just start walking into the jungle.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Do I recognize so when I see this, I'll look at my blindfold, kind of make it an Arcana check to see if there's something magical about it.
You can make an Arcana check or a Nature check.
Okay, which one of these do I want to make? I'm going to make. Oh, you said nature, so I'm gonna make a nature check.
All right.
It's Terra. It's 5.
We're doing really great.
This will be a very short campaign. And these will be very short-lived characters if you continue to use cursed dice. You try and figure out what this could be. At best, you think it could be some form of enchantment on the blindfold. But one moment, you could see that he was trying to peek underneath the blindfold just a little bit. And then he just stopped and started walking.
Right.
Okay. Find you. Find you.
Find me.
I would like to. Okay, I'm trying to.
Yeah, I'll put my blindfold on at
Yeah.
that point.
I'll put mine on with a very short. I sort of trace the one tattoo that's on my hand, which is the design of a crab, sort of almost silvery. I'm just gonna trace it. Whisper a short prayer to the ancestors, which mostly results in, Clea, I swear, I trust you. Okay, And I'm gonna put a blindfold on.
All right. You put it on and your vision fades. Your sense of hearing dissipates. Your sense of motion leaves you. And you start to walk. You can feel the locomotion of your legs. But with all your senses dull and walking into the forest, you can feel something. It's small and faint and dissipating, but this acrid smell enters your nostrils for a moment. It's unpleasant to say the least, but it smells like something that has been waterlogged or left at the sea too long. Can you roll me a nature check?
Everyone?
Just you.
Me?
Just you.
Okay. I don't like that, but okay. Okay, hey, that's not that bad. That is a 16.
A 16? As you leave the village, this smell dissipates, but for a brief and very intense moment, you thought you smelled an aswang. Faiza, you see Ligaya put on the blindfold and start walking into the forest. What do?
I think once we both saw Gani put on his blindfold and walk into the forest, I think we both did that thing at the same time.
So, okay. Your vision fades, hearing dissipates, sense of motion leaves you. And you too walk into the forest.
This is fine.
Is it?
No.
So could all three of you please roll me initiative? This isn't for combat, I just want to get a turn order here.
You when I needed you. How dare you come to me now? Now when I am this.
Okay, it fell, it's fine.
11.
Hi,
It's a
I
10.
want to say right now that I am not cursing my players. I'm not cursing my players.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Please believe me.
But Paladin, what if?
If I have, it wasn't intentional. Do you know how much power I would have if I could just curse people? So, could I get that order again, please? Because I was reeling too hard.
22. I rolled a natural 20.
How dare it come to you when you're like this?
I got a 13.
22, 13. These are good numbers
Yep.
to have on something very temporary.
An 11 for me.
Gotcha. All right, give me one moment to write these down.
Just hold on. Roll better. Okay.
All right. Faiza. After you don't know how long, your blindfold drops from your head. You can feel your senses again. You can see, you can hear, you can smell. It's darker out now. And
How much darker?
it's the clouds overhead were just this radiant, vivid blue. And now they're this gray,
Okay.
getting darker and darker.
All right.
Could I get a survival check?
Yeah, sure. Of course you can.
You sound so happy about that, Latia.
I'm thrilled. That's a 19.
A 19?
Mm-hmm.
That's a beautiful number to roll. You think you can get your bearing, but you've never been here before. You don't know the land. You don't know any landmarks. Ostensibly, you could try and figure out where the coastline is and go from there. You could try and coordinate yourself where you think the sun would be, but it's obscured from view, so you can't really use that as a compass. What do you want to do to try and make it back to the village?
So is the forest pretty thick? Like, is the canopy pretty thick?
Yes, it is thick with 3 Cs.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Uh, well, first I'm going to pick up my blindfold and shove it in my bag.
Okay.
Then I'm going to refer to my paper character sheet to see what I will do. I'm going to snap my fingers, and on my shoulder, well, if anyone were with me, they'd see this adorable little musang, it's a civet cat, appear on my shoulder, and going to ask them very nicely if they can climb the trees for me and see what they can see.
And it just jumps from your shoulder onto a tree and climbs up.
I'm going to hold on to the tree and use that whole thing where I can see what they see.
All right. You see it climb up the tree, and then you look into its eyes, and you can see as it's climbing up, and immediately stops. As you see climbing down the tree is this coconut crab.
Okay.
The
Does it look like
crab is irate looking at best.
right? I'm going to snap them back.
Huh?
I'm going to snap them back because coconut crabs are large compared to my civet cat.
Yes, they are.
And then I'm going to say, okay, that better plan. I'm also going to move because don't want the coconut crab to climb down on my head. I'm going to
see it start making moves down the tree.
Yeah, I'm walking away from it.
You also hear, with your past perception, you also hear this louder.
And where's that coming from?
It's coming from just a little farther ahead from that tree that you're backing away from.
Okay. New plan. I'm going to about face immediately and walk in that direction. Just walk.
Just walking away from the
Just walk.
All right. So you just start walking away. You want nothing to do with whatever it is that's making that clicking sound.
Yep.
All right. So you just start walking. We're going to go then to Ligaya. Did my audio cut out? Ligaya?
No, you're good. I just was rushing to find the unmute button. Hello.
Sorry, it was worried that I had audio issues again. Sorry. For those of you in chat, I'm having audio issues.
Wow.
No, they're fine.
You sound beautiful.
Thank you. That is a lie. But Ligaya.
Yes.
It's overcast overhead as your senses come back to you.
Okay.
You aren't really sure of where you are. You can't tell where you are from the sun. You can't tell where you are using the coastline. This is unfamiliar area to you. Normally you hunt or work around Tamanduk or Kutawanan or Nasirakna, but here, this is new to you.
Mm-hmm.
How do you want to go back to town?
First things first, I want to find a source of salt water.
A source of salt water?
Yes.
Can you roll me a survival check?
I mean, I can try. Freaking 11.
11?
Yes.
You start looking through the forest, trying to find a source of salt water. Unfortunately, as luck would have it, you don't find any salt water, but you do come across a river of fresh water.
Can I see which way the river's flowing?
Can you make me a survival check?
I mean, okay, cool, yeah.
Survival or nature check, I'll be kind. Survival or nature.
Both of those are the same, so that's fine. Which dice hasn't been mean to me today? I don't know. Come on. Well, that's marginally better. It's a 13.
A 13?
Yes.
It's going in that direction.
Can I follow that direction?
You want to follow that direction?
I can't tell if that direction is. I can't tell if that's a joke. What?
You can tell it's going in that direction. You're not really sure if that's heading towards the coast or towards inland, but it is heading in that direction.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just follow it.
All right. Can you roll me a stealth check?
I mean, I can try. I don't know why you keep asking me, because you know the result's gonna suck.
I want to give at least a little hope, honestly.
No.
That's really it.
Don't give me hope.
Dice rolls are just a little bit of hope. What'd you get?
An 8.
As you're walking, you feel a pair of eyes on you.
I hate it.
You can tell that they're behind you as you hear something splashing in the water, and it suddenly stops, and you can feel whatever this is looking at you.
Cool.
What do you do?
I'll ready my weapon, but I'm not gonna make a move to attack. I'm just gonna keep going, but just keep going with the trepidation of I expect something to jump out at me and hit me.
Okay. As you're walking away from whatever this is,
Mm-hmm.
you can hear it hopping on the shoreline of this stream. It doesn't get close. It just stays within hearing distance.
Okay.
Every now and then, you hear the ruffling of feathers.
Okay.
Coming from it.
Cool. I'm going to just sort of keep note of where it is in my periphery. Not going to make any move to be aggressive towards it, but just sort of, okay. And then just keep note of where it is and what it's doing sort of with my, peripheral senses.
Okay. Well, you're not really sure what it's exactly doing. All you can do right now is hear it. If you want to get a look at it, can you roll me a perception check?
Sure, I can certainly try.
Because it is behind you. If you want to get a peek at it without letting it see that you're looking at it, it's going to be a little tricky.
Hey, Paladin.
Yeah.
That's a nat 1.
Nat 1?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know why you keep asking me to roll these things. I don't know why.
You tell your body to just kind of turn sideways. And you immediately snap your neck, alerting and alarming this dire eagle.
Oh, dang it. That's fine.
It is glaring at you. It is not happy with your existence.
Yes, as most eagles are.
Oh, what do you do?
Definitely put the benang down and raise my hands and back away slowly. Okay, I know, and I'll also say in Sylvan, I don't mean any harm. I don't mean any harm. I just want to get back to Linawan.
Is that what you say?
Yes.
Can you roll me a persuasion check?
I mean, yes, I can, technically. Which one of these dice is being nice to me? None of them. None of the above. I'm tired.
Ligaya is just like, I'm going to take a nap right here.
Persuasion?
Persuasion, yes.
That's a sweet +0, but it is a 16.
Ooh. The eagle, massive as it is, for context for people in the chat, a dire eagle is classified as a huge beast. It looks at you and goes back to lapping up water.
Okay, cool. I will nod respectfully. Just sort of sort of crouch, as it's doing its thing, and just sort of, again in Sylvan, if it's not too much trouble, do you know where the ocean is?
It looks up at you, its massive head and glaring eyes bearing down on you.
Can you point?
It looks up and just points, not in the direction you were headed down the stream, but just angling off of it, off towards just that direction, away from it.
Okay. Thank you. If I have I have an explorer's pack. Does that contain food?
It would have trail rations.
Okay, I would like to give it some of my food as thanks.
Okay. You put down about a day's worth of rations, and it pecks it. Because of the size of its beak, it just boom, shakes the ground as it pecks at it, leaving a gouge in the earth.
Thank you. I will leave you alone now. And I will head in the direction that the eagle pointed.
Okay. Gani, after what feels like hours, maybe, you awaken to find yourself in the middle of the forest at the start of a small drizzle.
That's unlucky.
As you start to get your bearings, you hear two things, very small, very subtle, but two things. You hear a loud and very, very firm footsteps through the underbrush of a jungle. You also hear a small crashing of the earth as something large slams into it. What do you do?
Well, I am here because I agreed to go with Ligaya so that she would not go by herself. So I'm going to search for my companions. And I think I will do that by calling out their names loudly.
All right. Passive perception. Okay. Ligaya. As you are walking away from that nightmare of a bird, you hear Gani's voice.
Which direction is it coming from?
It's coming not in the direction of Linawan, but it's coming far off to your left and behind you.
Okay. Comparative to where I am heading, the direction I'm heading.
Kind of in the opposite way.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. I will call back to Gunny. Gunny, over here. Can you hear me?
Can I hear her?
Yes, you can.
Well, I will begin walking in that direction.
All right. Now, Faiza. You think you heard someone calling out Ligaya's name, and you think you heard Ligaya call back, and you think you heard your name being called out.
I will beat feet in that direction.
All right. Now, you are in Atla'ato. Could you make me 2 Constitution saving throws?
Oh boy.
Because you are going through the underbrush of a very, very deadly forest.
Cool. That is a 19.
Good.
And a 5.
And a what?
And a 5.
A 5.
Mhm.
Oh, pleasant and wonderful. A 5.
Yeah, great. Yes, so nice.
All right.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like I'm walking, and then it's like I hear Ligaya, and I hear Ligaya's name, and I hear Gani's name, and I just beat feet in that direction, and I'm also calling out, "Hey, Ligaya! Hey, Gani!" Until something eats me. Probably.
Right. Well, that's unfortunate. So you're able to avoid much of what is above from hitting into your arms and your face. You know not to really trust the flora here unless you know if it's safe or not, because it's the safe assumption to assume that this forest might be out to get you. However, you weren't really keeping track of the stuff on the ground floor.
Nope, it's too far away.
Yeah, no, it's essentially 6 miles away from you.
Exactly.
Given that you're 6 foot tall, it's 6 miles away from you. I know what that's like personally. Because 6 miles off the ground. No, I don't. Now, but a lot of things scrape and scratch at your legs. And you are going to be taking some damage.
Oh no, not damage. Why was that a lot of? That was so many dice.
That was 2 dice.
With so many dice.
Please take 7 points of poison damage. Your speed is reduced to 10 feet.
Okay.
As the toxins in these plants start to mess with the function of your legs. But they don't mess with your hearing.
Uh-huh.
As you hear from behind you,
Does it sound like the thing that I heard at the tree?
yes,
Cool.
it sounds like it's getting closer.
Is my cognitive function impaired at all? Like you said, it doesn't mess with my hearing. Like, do I feel like woozy or anything?
Your senses are totally fine. It's just your motor functions with your legs.
Okay. Then my mouth gets loud.
Your mouth gets loud. That's a
Yes,
sentence.
it does.
Gani and Ligaya,
Hi.
as you two are finally, see each other and you can talk to each other, you hear off in the distance, Faiza, what do you say?
First I say, fucking plants, hecking plants. And I say, Ligaya, Gani, what the hell is that? And then, yes. So it's both of your names. As I hear the chittering behind me, I say, what the heck is that?
As you turn to see what the heck that is, you see a good 40 feet away a giant coconut crab. It is vivid blue and orange with specks of orange and white. And it doesn't have facial expressions because these kind of creatures just naturally look perturbed.
Crabs do.
And you can see all kinds of spears in its back. You can see different dents along its shell. This thing has been around for a while. It hasn't been killed off, meaning that it's been allowed to age and grow for as long as it's been alive. And the circumstance of its life, of its long lifespan, has taken it to being very pissed off at you in particular. Could you please roll me initiative?
Oh, a real initiative. This one won't be as good as the other one.
And with that, we're gonna take a break.
Yay!
Hey, guess what I rolled?
What'd you roll?
I rolled another natural 20.
Your dice are not great until you need to get away from something, and then they're like, yes.
Yeah, but we are going to be taking a 10-minute break just to stretch our legs, get some water. Because CB isn't here to say it, hydrate or dihydrate. Please get some water for yourself. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Tune in after the break as we die.
By coconut crab. Yay!
By coconut crab. Hi, everyone. We're back from break. Before we left for break, our adventurers were out in the forests of Adla'ato taking part in a ritual known to Linawan, where people would be blindfolded and put out into the forest and expect to come back to the settlement before sundown, or else they would be trapped in the forest alone. Last we left off, Faiza is calling out to Gani and Ligaya as her legs are faltering because of poisonous plants found in the underbrush of the forest. As she turns around, she sees a rather large and looks to be a kind of veteran coconut crab advancing on her. So Faiza, what did you get for initiative?
I rolled another natural 20, so that's 22.
22. All right, Gani, can I get your initiative?
You muted it. Okay.
It was 12.
12. Ligaya.
Hold on. That's a 15.
15. Time to roll crab initiative. Not a phrase I thought I would say in my life, but here we go. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all.
Is it not good for you or not good for us?
Exactly.
It's not good at all.
Okay.
Isn't that reassuring?
Just the existence of the coconut crab. It's just not good. It's just not good, man.
It's not. Faiza, you go first. What do you do?
This crab is how far away? You said this crab was about 40 feet away from me?
40 feet away, yes.
Wonderful. I need it to make a Constitution saving throw. DC 13.
DC 13. It does not make it.
Excellent. Well, then it's going to take an amount of damage that equals oh my god. The D8 is gone. That's not much. Cool. It's going to take 8 points of thunder damage as I throw my hand out and cast Shatter.
You cast what?
Shatter.
Shatter. Ooh. Okay. What is the radius of that?
It is a 10-foot sphere.
10-foot sphere? So
10-foot radius sphere, yes.
Okay. You cast your spell, and you see on the crab itself a bunch of weapons just splinter and just destroyed. But you also notice that around the crab as well, in a small area, the trees, the plants, small, minute animals and insects just as well, as just this area is just hit with damage.
Unfortunate casualties. I'm terrified.
The shell on the crab's around this crab's head and brows cracks a little bit, and it looks like now it just has 2 very large eyebrows.
Are they like this?
Yes, they are comically angry at you. And very pissed off. More so than usual.
Excellent. That is, I think that is my turn.
All right. Ligaya, you hear in the direction of Faiza, where you heard Faiza, you hear this great thundering cracking sound as you hear trees and wood and metal splinter and crack. What do?
Okay. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna head in that direction.
All right.
How far away am I? My movement speed is 30.
30. Okay. You can move at half your speed to avoid making any con saves, or you can move at full speed and risk the toxins of the jungle.
Move half speed.
Half speed? All right.
Carefully.
Yeah, you step over things here and there. You're still a little far away, though. Do you want to do a double move action? A dash? Sorry?
Yes, I would like to take a...
yeah,
I'll dash. I would rather be careful and take a little bit of time than, with how my dice are rolling, do that. So...
Sure, understandable. You step through the underbrush still, and you see Faiza just a little bit away from you, and this looming large coconut crab just stalking towards her, just...
Oh, God. Okay, cool. Great. And that's where I end my turn.
All right. That brings us to Gani.
Excellent.
What do you do?
How far away am I at this moment?
At this moment, out of game, you wouldn't know that. You know this. You're about 45 feet away from Faiza.
Do I have a line of sight?
You do not. It is through the forest and the underbrush.
Okay.
Your character knows the general direction to go.
I will move that direction until I have a line of sight on what is happening.
Do you move carefully?
Yes.
All right. You move carefully through the underbrush, avoiding some of the dangerous toxinous. Is toxinous a word? Toxic.
It is
plants.
now.
It is now.
It is
Yes.
now. Cool. really confused with capture tonight. Really going to mess with its data. You move carefully through it. You don't have a line of sight on Faiza yet.
Can I see the crab?
Let's see your passive perception. With your passive perception, you can see this large looming coconut crab through the tree line, coming towards in your direction, but you're not really sure if it's coming towards you specifically.
Okay. And would I know that I would? This is some type of a crab.
Yes.
Is the crab attacking you?
Just hear me yelling.
You get a yell back.
I will take that as a yes, and I will stick my glaive into the ground. I will pull out my Astingal, and I'm going to take a shot at the crab.
All right. Please roll to hit.
Okay. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does not hit. It just hits the shell and peters to the ground.
All right. Well, I fire my gun at the creature, and I will just sling it back on my shoulder, because apparently that's not going to work. That is my turn.
Crab's turn. The crab stalks forward to you, Faiza. And with one massive claw, just raises up and starts to swing down. Now, can you roll me a nature check?
13.
13. You know that coconut crabs, by and large, are not that aggressive in the territory, but this one is heavily so. You also know that coconut crabs have a penchant for hitting the most vulnerable parts of a creature. Typically, it's evolved from just wanting to save energy and use it to open things up and consume them. Mechanically, it's going to sneak attack you. Because it does in fact hit. And I am 10% sorry.
Actually, wait, what is the total roll?
The total roll was a 17 to hit.
Okay, I'm going to use my reaction to cast shield.
You cast shield, and this glimmering gold and silvery barrier appears around you as this huge claw goes into a point, not only using the side of its weight, but just this point, and just and the trees and shrubbery around you kind of shakes as its claw recoils back and looks and goes. It just looms over you, and you can hear it just breathing hard and just being just an angry existence, really.
All right.
That's going to end its turn, which brings us to Faiza.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to. It's right over me. That's unfortunate. Is it within touching range?
Let's see here. It is within touching range, yes.
Cool. I'm gonna reach out my hand, touch its possibly soft underbelly. I don't know what a coconut crab is in relation. I'm gonna cast shocking grasp.
Sure. A coconut crab, for the record, is 50% shell, 80% frustration.
I think I missed. That's a 15.
A 15 does, in fact, miss.
Great. Well, anyone who can see me can see a little flicker of like sparks appear come out of my hand as I try to basically like smack the crab away from me. But doesn't work.
Yeah, you try and reach up to hit it, but it's just a little too far up as you try and just spring for it. Do you do anything else with your turn?
Yeah, I'm going to try to move away from it, which really is only getting 5 feet away if I'm on the ground.
You would be leaving its threatened range.
Yeah, I can't really move that far, so I'm just gonna stay here and be afraid.
Fair enough. That is going to bring us to Ligaya.
How far away am I from the crab?
You are 15 feet away from the Crabostabo.
Okay, I would like to move up into melee with the crab.
All right.
Okay, and then I'm gonna just ready my bunong and target it and swing.
All right.
So cool. So first, targeting, so conviction damage.
All right.
Haha! That's 6 points of force damage.
All right.
And then actual first attack. Oh, missed the thing. Oh, that's a 12, so that's not gonna hit.
12 is not going to hit, no.
Put that one in the banishment. Bonus action with I swing with the front end of the axe and go wide, and so I'm going to use the butt end, the pointed side for my bonus action. That is an 18.
18 to hit?
Yes.
18 hits.
Cool. That is 4 piercing damage.
4 piercing damage.
So yeah, 6 force damage plus 4 piercing damage.
Okay. Real quick, Streamlabs just had a quick issue, so we're going to just reset Streamlabs. We'll be right back.
We are
We're
back.
back.
We're back.
Hello, everybody.
Yes.
Sorry for that brief delay, but we're right back into it. And last turn order was Ligaya had hit the crab, which makes you know,
Yay!
yay! The little
Yay!
wave. Ah!
Ah!
However, that does mean it's Gani's turn. Gani, what do you do?
I will continue moving forward now, pulling my glaive out of the ground, and we'll proceed to walk towards the crab.
Okay, you walk towards the crab. Do you go carefully or just full front?
I'm gonna move carefully, but I'm going to see if I can get within 10 feet of it, because I do believe my glaive has a slightly longer range.
You unfortunately moving carefully, you can only move at half speed.
Okay.
Which would get you at 15 feet away from it.
Okay.
Is that fine, or do you want to try and go for the full-on 30 feet?
You know, I think if I'm realizing I'm not going to make it, I'll like sprint the last little bit just to get there.
Need 2 con saves, buddy.
2 con saves. You
2
baited
con
me
saves.
into it. Is this a save against the poisoned condition?
This is a save against poison and poison condition.
I have advantage on the save because I am a dwarf.
All right.
Am I poisoned, Paladin?
No.
Okay.
The first one is a 17.
17. Okay, that's a pass. Borrowing warning from a creature from Monster Manual, poison that inflicts paralysis.
And a second 17 as well.
You are totally fine as you just steamroll through this jungle. You are up in this crab's face or 10 feet away if you want to.
I would like to be just at the edge of reach.
Sure.
And as I do this, I'm going to just slash at the creature with my glaive. One time, make one attack. That's not going to hit, though. That is horrible. But I will, as a bonus action, I am going to, now that I can see this creature and I know that my allies can hear me, I'm going to let out a roar, shouting. And as I do this, I am choosing 3 creatures, up to 3 creatures. I'm just choosing the crab, unless there's other mean creatures that I don't see right now.
Just the crab you can see.
It needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
DC
13.
does not pass.
It has disadvantage when it attacks anyone that isn't me.
Ooh.
For the next minute. Yeah, it's coming after me.
Okay then. So let's see here. That does bring it to the crab's turn. So it only has advantage against creatures that aren't you right now, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, for anybody wondering what we're talking about, Gani is using a subclass from the Islands of Sinaloa book called Ka'al. It is a subclass based around active defense of being there to protect people and inflicting penalties on people who don't go for a hit. Now, that said, it doesn't have to go towards you. Because technically speaking, Faiza is prone.
Yeah.
Would give it advantage.
Yeah.
But it is a straight roll now.
Yes, it is. It strikes towards you, Gani, and it does not connect. It slams into the ground next to you as you use your shield to deflect it off to this. As you use your glaive to deflect it off to the side, using the shaft of it. It does not connect on your flesh. Just leaves a huge little pit in the ground where it hit with its claw. Now, that's going to bring it back to Faiza's turn. Faiza, what do you do?
I'm going to stand up.
All right, you are standing up.
Because I realized I forgot to do that. I'm going to. Sure. I'm gonna. I'm so sorry, you poor tiny little tarsier. I'm gonna point at one of the little tarsier bodies that I accidentally killed with my shatter spell, and I'm going to launch it at the crab, and I'm going to cast catapult. So it needs to make a dexterity saving throw. DC 13.
There was literally anything else in the show you could have used. You
I know.
chose the most morbid option.
It will honor it in life somehow, in death somehow.
I would like to throw this out there that I rolled a natural 20
Jesus.
against
That's all right.
Tarsier.
Against the dead Tarsier, by the way. A dead Tarsier.
Tarsier.
Yes, I can't stress this enough. I rolled a natural 20 to avoid being hit with a dead Tarsier.
That's it.
What is this thing?
The crab will still take. Oh, that's not bad. 6 points of bludgeoning damage. Yes, bludgeoning.
From a Tarsier.
I'm not gonna do that again. That's morbid.
I'm just gonna be like in bed at night tonight, just like looking at the ceiling, going, "Huh." Sure, but is that the end of your turn? Any bonus actions?
I do not have any bonus actions that I can do.
Okay, then that is going to bring us over to Ligaya.
Hello. Yes.
Hello. Yes.
I will do. I'm still in melee with it. Yeah.
Correct.
Cool. I'm going to, again, 2 attacks, action and bonus action with my banana. So conviction damage. Okay, that's 4 force damage, and then. Okay, well, first attack is a 21.
21 hits.
And the second attack, the bonus action is a 2, or 2 plus 5, so 7. So I know that one doesn't hit, but you know. Where's D8? There it is. Okay, that is 9 points of slashing damage.
Ooh, okay.
Headhunters don't mess around, y'all.
Yeah, no. All right, you are able to just kind of deep just rend into this thing. And as you pull your weapon away, you see this gouge where your weapon was as it just starts to bleed out from near its neck. It is still clicking at you. It is still irate. Its shell is still cracked down into 2 very comically angry eyebrows. We're going to go over to Gani.
I forgot about the eyebrows.
I have not. I never will.
Yes. Seeing this thing be pelted by nearby corpses and attacked by my allies, I am going to just kind of take a moment and do one of those. Huh. and I'm going to slash at it again.
All right, go for it.
Yeah, and that is also not going to hit. I have not rolled above a 10 on an attack roll yet. And I don't have any other bonus actions. So I'm going to turn to my comrades and I'm going to say, I was not expecting this when we came into the woods, but seriously, why? And that is my turn.
Just the calmest exclamation of confusion possible. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
So then, that brings us to the crab's turn. 1 second. It is looking down at you, Gani, and it is pleased with you, and it's gonna go for the hit. That is a natural 20.
Come on.
I think it'll hit.
That is going to be 13 points of damage. Can you please resist a DC 14 grapple attempt?
As a steadfast protector, I have advantage on checks and saves against being grappled.
Nice.
All right. Shoot.
If I could roll not a 5, that would be great. Oh, that's better. Is that what type of a check do you want?
To resist grapple is either an acrobatics or athletics.
Okay, let's go with athletics. So it's an 18.
This thing tries to grab onto you, but using your glaive again, you point your glaive to the point where, like, if it grabbed onto it, it'd be piercing its own shell with the head. So it tries to grab onto you, feels the sharp edge, and goes and reels back. However you do so, take that damage.
Yes, that's fine. You said it was 13, right?
13. So that's going to bring us over to Faiza.
Okay. What is no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to, you know what? Let's just bonk it with my quarterstaff. How about that? We're just gonna do that. So I'm gonna pick up my quarterstaff and I'm gonna bonk right between the eyebrows.
Sure. Also, around the forest, there are coconuts, wood debris, a bunch of other things you can use with the catapult spell, aside from a Tarsier.
No, that's why I said I'm not going to do it again, because I did realize how morbid that was. However,
it's comically morbid, I guess.
However, in punishment for my shame, I have rolled a natural.
A natural what?
1.
Oh. That's going to be a miss. You just go wide, and the crab angrily goes, eh.
I feel much shame. Yeah. And yeah, I would like to just stay there. I can't move away. Actually, I will try. I will just back up 10 feet.
It's going to get an opportunity attack, but it is going to be at disadvantage.
That's fine.
That would have been a hit.
I'm sorry.
You should be, but that is sadly only a 13 to hit.
Good.
But if that's the end of your turn, this is going to go over to Ligaya now.
I am muted. Hello. Yes. I'm just gonna keep going on this crab.
All right, keep at it.
Keep at it. Yeah, that's another 6 points of force damage.
6 points.
And then bonus action attack. Okay, again, the first is a 21. The second is only a 14.
That second one's gonna miss. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Where is my D8? There it is. Oh, okay, well, that's a piss poor roll. That's 5 slashing damage.
5 slashing damage.
Yes.
All right. This thing ain't looking too good. As you wedge your weapon back to that same wound before and get a little further in, you start to see raw nerves and sensitive tissue. You are nearly killing this thing. But that does bring us over to Gani. What do you do? You're muted.
I realized that. I'm going to switch out my d20s, and I'm going to roll a new die to attack.
All right.
I have rolled 3 5s in a row.
Oh no.
What does
3 5s, huh?
3 5s in a row?
Oh.
Hold up. Molten armor, is that a
I believe that's a bonus action.
Okay.
That's a bonus action, buddy.
I will use molten armor.
It's going to give you some temporary hit points and a fire shield effect.
Yes, I'm going to pull. I imagine I've got like a bit of I don't know, volcanic rock or something that I will use to kind of just smash it against my armor, creating this fiery shielding effect.
Yeah. So your skin suddenly erupts with this molten flow across your skin. It doesn't burn you, it doesn't hurt you. It's part of you. It's this manifestation of you. And it covers the fronts of your arms and hands and coats some of your armor and head, making you from Gani into something much more fearsome. Crab's turn.
Crab.
That is going to be a hit.
On who?
On Gani. How much damage does your fire effect do?
It will be 4 fire damage.
4 Does it die? Does it die?
Gani, as this thing clamps onto you and you take 9 points of damage,
Yes.
Your armor bursts from you and incinerates this thing's claw. This fire reaches up its appendage and into its body and goes through the cracks in the shell that Ligaya has already made and incinerates this thing from the inside. Giant coconut crab is dead.
That's what you get when you don't keep your claws to yourself.
I will kick my Bunang out of the crab. Quick question: Does the coconut crab smell cooked?
Yeah, does it smell? Yeah.
It smells burnt. It's hard to really control the cooking temperature of active fire.
Lava.
Yeah, like when like it's easy to control the cooking temperature if it's like near a fire or on a hot thing like a surface. But when it's on fire, it's kind of hard to really control how well it cooks.
It's not like in Breath of the Wild where you can just chuck a crab into the fire and it cooks.
No, it was like in Breath of the Wild. I think I would scream every time the music came on.
Okay, I will just kick it off my my Bunang. That was and I'm gonna go find Faiza.
Faiza's right there.
I'm right there.
Eyes at each other.
Oh, hi. Are you okay?
My legs feel very numb.
I asked because I wanted to be a good friend, not because there's anything I can do about that.
No, it's
Yeah.
That's fine. I wasn't expecting you to be able to do anything.
Yeah, that's not great though.
I mean, all things considered, that is the worst thing going on with me. I was almost skewered by a coconut crab, which should have been the reverse. But you two were amazing.
I mean, it's not what I do, but I'm trained to be a fighter. I would like to think I'm kind of good at it.
Yes, you are.
Gunny,
Yes.
are you okay?
Oh, I'm all right. And as this happens, I'm going to use Second Wind to regain 14 hit points. And then from there, I will be feeling much better as there's a little bit of smoke coming off of my no longer present molten armor as the last little bits of lava disappear.
Okay. Well, that's we're alive.
Yes.
Now what?
I was hoping someone knew the way back to town.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm assuming none of us got that one. Okay. Well, I was just gonna head to the coast. I kind of have an idea of where that is, and I'm assuming I can sort of figure out from there.
Is the town on the coast?
Not.
That's fine.
I trust you.
It's a better plan than you and I, Donnie, and it is your plan.
Yeah, I also don't know how much we actually want to go back to town.
Why is that?
I think there's an aswang. Hence why I'm going to get to the coast, saltwater.
Ah,
I did see one person with coral-tipped spears.
It wasn't when we were going through the forest, though. It was in Linawan.
Yeah, there. But I mean, you only were bringing coral-tipped spears if you're going to fight an aswang.
Yeah, I don't know how much it's going to help outside of the town if the aswang is in the town. So, I don't know, but...
Well, I mean, if you suspect that there is an aswang, and I have seen evidence that other people think there might be an aswang, it might be good to prepare ourselves for an aswang. Therefore, your idea has a lot of merit.
yes, it is a
Thank
good
you.
idea.
Thank you. That means a lot. But yeah, coastline, saltwater. That's pretty much all I got.
Okay, I do want to go to town because I have a shop
Yes.
there where I make
That
weapons.
makes sense. Yes, we will
and
get back to town eventually.
That's where my payment is too.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
But if we need weapons to fight the aswang, we may have something at the shop.
Yeah. Yes, but coast first.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm
Agreed.
gonna try and remember where the eagle told me to go, which is a sentence I never thought I'd say.
O mighty eagle, where dost thy beak point?
It's not even like the mighty eagle. It's just an eagle.
Yeah, it's just your average, dire eagle.
Dire eagle.
Dire eagle, yeah. You try and recall. You think you have the bearing, honestly.
Okay.
And it wasn't
Cool.
that long ago. You didn't travel very far. You only had in one direction to get to this point. I mean, it's pretty easy to figure out where it was pointing.
Okay, let's go follow where the eagle doth point.
All right. Could I get... So, one of you can roll survival to try and figure out the bearing. One of you may roll to assist if you have proficiency.
In
Use
Survival. So, who has proficiency in survival?
I do.
Dope.
I'm
So-
good at it. I'm not proficient.
So one of you can roll. One of you with proficiency can assist.
Okay, I will assist. Do I have to roll to assist, or do I just
Yes.
assist?
10 or you have to roll a 10 or higher to assist.
I don't like those odds.
Well, I did a decent job of survival last time. Let's see if I can do it.
Okay.
It's another 19. 19 survival. Look at
That is a 17 survival.
Okay, that is an assist to who? Who are you assisting?
I don't know who's better at survival.
I rolled a 19 to do the
Oh,
survival.
okay.
So
Well, then, I mean, I guess you get advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since you've already rolled, go ahead and do that. Do that.
okay, it's still a 19.
Okay. Faiza, you given the direction that Ligaya gives you from the Eagle, which is not the most reputable source you've heard of,
Right.
but
She
your legs feel weird and you just want a coconut crab. So you know what? Open mind today. Open mind today.
Oh, poor Faiza.
It's a good point.
Being an adventurer is actually horrifying. Straight up horrifying career path. But you start to make way towards where Ligaya said to go. And it's pretty easy, honestly. You start to make way, you get to some clearings here and there, but by and large, you are left unperturbed. The sky is getting darker though.
Do you think the coconut crab may have been the worst thing here? Relatively speaking, if we suspect
I mean, I'm hoping.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's. I mean,
as you discuss amongst yourselves, you hear farther up ahead this deep, echoing sound of just boom, and you hear a crash of trees.
Does it sound like a limpaka?
No.
Okay.
What do you all do? You can choose to avoid it, or you can choose to figure out what's going on.
Avoid?
Avoid.
yeah, avoid. I mean, if I can figure out what's going on from a distance, that would be ideal.
Sure. Can you roll a nature check?
A nature check?
Yeah.
I mean, I can do the action of rolling. What is my nature 6.
6?
I don't know what's going on.
You don't know what that is, except
No
that
clue.
It probably came from something large.
That sounds big.
Faiza, would you like to roll a nature check?
Sure. My legs are so no.
They feel like they're asleep. 1?
For a total of 4.
Wow. Just for giggles, Gani, would you like to roll a nature check?
Would I like to? Yes. Let's see how this goes. I've rolled a 13 on the die, so that is a 12 total.
That exceeds the 10 goal.
Wow.
Yes, the goal was not high.
Oh boy.
Gani, you recognize that sound as being a sound of aggression from a creature known as a busan. They're these large, giant forest creatures. They're not the most powerful, not the most plentiful, but they are made of tougher things. They are very resilient. They're able to conjure up plants to entangle foes. And from what you heard, you think you hear 2 of them acting aggressively towards something. That was the sound of them attacking someone.
Okay. I will relay this to them.
Cool. Yeah,
We should-
cool.
We should let them fight whatever they're fighting. I'm still very clear.
That seems agreeable to me. Unless, do you think they're attacking another member of the hunt? Someone that might be in trouble? Because I would want to help them.
I mean, you're the one who got a good hearing on that.
Perhaps we can just get close enough to look without attracting their attention.
Sure.
Mm.
Yeah, I guess. You lead?
Sure, why not?
We go.
Quietly.
We very quietly try and see.
You move through the underbrush very quietly, very carefully. And as you see farther ahead, you see the truth of the matter. You see two Busaw, their large, hide-covered bodies moving aggressively as they stampede towards that Umlagad you saw back in Tiwanan.
You mean back in Linawan?
Yes, sorry, my
Okay.
mind is weird.
No, it's fine.
You see them charging at this dragonborn, which is already on the ground with wounds and blood covering the earth. And you see him get up and raise up his axe, and he's just shouting at them.
Well, that answers your question. It is a member of the hunt.
What do you all do?
I'm gonna look back at my two companions. I think we have to help.
Okay.
And I'm gonna turn and run at them, and I'm gonna yell while doing it.
Don't run the plants.
I'm going to move quickly but carefully towards them while yelling.
As soon as you start moving, I'm like, no, the plants.
No, the plants.
No, stop. Plants.
Could I get initiative?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
All my dice are cursed. Dang it.
Will it be 3 for 3?
What?
So that's a natural one.
Same.
Mattia? Natural one?
Wait, what'd you get?
We've got natural ones.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Good job, everybody. Good game.
I would like to realize that I'm running the wrong direction into combat. Stop, turn around, and run towards the combat now.
My word.
Do you know the odds of that?
Yes.
They're so slim.
Yes.
So
Wow.
it's 5%.
It's like 1 in 8,000.
It's 5% of 5% of 5%.
It's 1 in 8,000, right? Or 1 in
Oh my god. Yo, that's incredible. Wow. I'm gonna roll their initiatives now.
Oh, please.
Please do. Please.
I thought that was a 1 to 7, thank God. But Ligaya, what's your initiative total?
4.
Cool. Gani?
1.
Faiza?
3.
Man, CB's gonna come back to just entirely new characters.
You'll be happy to know that the Umlagad rolled a 1.
No one is meant to
Not
survive
only is
this.
it a 1, but his total initiative is 2. So we have 4 people on the same team who have initiative of 4, 3, 2, and 1. I need to burn dice.
That's it. We've won D&D, everyone. We're done.
Is this winning?
But
Hold on, I'm going to text CB and ask him to roll initiative real quick.
But the three of you charge in, and you will get this. You'll get this surprise action stuff onto the Busan. So we're gonna start with Gani because he said I'm running towards them. So Gani, I'm gonna need a con save. Even if Faiza did say, "Hey, be careful," you did say you were running forward.
I did. That's my natural 20 right there. I won't even roll a second one because I have advantage.
All right. Yeah. No, you're totally fine from whatever toxins may be around here.
Yep.
And you can reach the Busan.
Excellent. Whichever one looks like it is stronger or more intimidating is the one that I'm going to attack.
Sure. One of them appears to have a broken arm, so that one is the weakest one.
I'll attack the other one then, because I want to get rid of the biggest threat. And I'm going to take my glaive and just slash at it, trying to drive it back away from this Dragonborn.
All right, roll the hit.
And we have our first hit of combat. That is a 21 to hit.
That's going to be a hit.
Thank goodness. And that will be 13 points of slashing damage. Max damage on the die.
I mean, you got to make up for it somehow.
That's the negative one is swinging back the other direction.
Yeah, apparently. Faiza, what do you do with your surprise?
I am looking up an ability. So one moment.
Okay, so while you're doing that, Ligaya, what do you do with your surprise?
Cool. So wait, how close am I? Or
You are about 30, 25 feet away. 25, 30 feet away.
25, 30 feet. Okay, well then I'm just gonna use my surprise round to move carefully up to them.
Okay, you move 15 feet up to them. They're still out of range. Do you have any ranged weapons?
I have to double. No, I don't.
All right. Faiza, what do you do?
Yes.
Wait, no, I still wanted to use. Can I use it's surprise round? So can I use my movement and my action?
Yeah.
So, okay, so then if I move, then that's 30 feet total.
You said carefully.
Yeah, so I move half speed on my movement and then half speed on my action.
Okay, my bad. So you are up to them now.
Yes.
Okay, my mistake there. Sorry about that.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yep. Faiza, what do you do?
I am going to. Is my movement speed still 10 feet?
It's gonna go back up to 20 feet.
Okay, cool. Oh, then I will move half my movement up, so I will move 10 feet up.
Mm-hmm.
And if this is a surprise round, do I have advantage on a spell attack?
No, because you're not coming out from stealth. You're just arriving into combat.
Then I'm going to cast Witch Bolt, 2nd level.
Okay.
That is an 18.
18 will hit.
Excellent. I am going to use one of my spirit dice to enhance the damage on this, because I have the Adept Conduit feat.
Nice.
Nice.
That is absolutely terrible.
Less nice.
Right? Cast it at 2nd level, so I got to roll 2d12 at least. So that is 11 points of lightning damage
Okay.
to the one with the broken arm.
Okay.
And I am now concentrating.
Okay. Now, for anybody who's confused by that, in the book, there's a feat called Conduit Adept. It plays with some of the mechanics that lie within our book. For everybody wondering, Faiza is a wizard. I've been watching chat a little bit here and there, and Faiza is a wizard.
I am a wizard. I cast shield in the first one.
So then we're going to go into initiative order, which means that it is the Busa's turn. One of them looks over at you, Faiza.
Yeah.
And it holds out one hand, and you see it glowing with this very unsettlingly pale green energy. As it just goes, ooh! And you see these vines and undergrowth start to swarm around your legs.
Rude.
Can you make me a dexterity saving throw?
Is this against being restrained or grappled?
That is against being entangled, so I would say yes.
Thank you. Is dexterity saving throw an 18?
Oh, my bad. I always confuse with dexterity. It is a strength saving throw to avoid being restrained.
Then it is a 17.
Still a pass. Can you make me a constitution saving throw? Because this is covered in poisonous plants.
Great.
More poison, yay!
That is another 18.
You are fine. The other one, looking down at Gani, is going to swing. It is going to be attacking with a tusk and one of its claws.
Excellent.
One
Yes.
and a hit.
Okay,
Oh.
that's fine.
With its claw, it's going to deal 8 points of slashing damage.
Ouchie.
Cool.
That is going to bring us to the top of player initiative with a grand total of 4. Ligaya.
Hi! Yes!
Rolled a
Wow!
4 and is the head of the team with a 4.
It's great.
I feel like the more I say it, the more it'll stop being less of a strange thing to me.
No, I'm legit like, I laughed so hard. I'm like lightheaded. My God, it's so funny.
All right.
Yeah, just looks at the plants that went towards Faiza with abject horror. I'm gonna swing at the one with the broken arm.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna do first conviction damage.
Conviction damage.
Yeah, that's minimum damage. That's 3 points of force damage, and then 2 attacks. Okay, well, first one is a natural 1.
Yep.
Again.
Gonna be a miss.
Wow, really? And then the second is a 15 plus 5, so that's 20.
That's gonna be a hit.
Cool. That is 3 piercing.
3 piercing.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm glad I get an action attack and a bonus action attack. Otherwise, I'd never hit with these rolls.
Yep. Gosh. Faiza, it's your turn now. With a 3.
Yeah. Thank you for the reminder. I'm going to, I do believe it is action to continue this. It is. So I'm going to use my concentration on Witch Bolt to deal another 2 points of lightning damage to the saw with the broken arm.
Nice. The Umula God gets up. And it rushes towards these. And as it swings, you can see that as it swings its axe, it has this kind of tracing behind it of this purple and red energy. As it swings, it cuts towards the Busal with the broken arm. It hits.
At least somebody's doing something.
Yeah, come on, buddy.
You see the attack hit into the flesh of the Busal, and then from almost nowhere, you see this rush of force cut 3 other marks, identical to the first one that he left, into the Busal. The Busal, with just this rended open chest, just looks in horror at this Umla God and collapses to the ground. That brings us to Gani.
I will, as this is happening, say, "Oh, well done, friend," and then I will slash at the one in front of me. That is a natural 20.
Oh
my
thank
gosh.
God.
All right.
Let's do this.
Okay, do you want me to roll the dice twice or just roll it once
Roll the
and
dice
then double?
twice.
Okay.
Hit me.
6 and a 10, so 19 points of slashing damage.
19 points of slashing damage.
Is it still alive?
It is still alive.
Action search.
Oh, here we go.
Does a 16 hit?
16 does hit.
Oh boy.
12 more slashing damage.
12 more slashing damage. You cut and just slice upwards into its neck and into its head. As you pull your glaive out, there's no sound, there's no anything, except for it collapsing into the ground.
Are you okay?
The Umal God just glances around, and you can tell it's covered in wounds all over its body. Could I get a medicine check?
From all of us?
Who can do it well?
A little bit.
Go for it then.
Sure. 14.
14? Right. Gani, you've been around warriors. You've been around people who deal with weaponry. Both the hyper-aware and the astute, and the more shouldn't be holding that weapon that way. You grabbed it by the bladed end, kind of sort. Looking at the wounds on this dragonborn, look at the Busa. The Busa have claws and tusks, but there is scorch marks and bludgeoning all across this Umlagat. He looks in just a sorry state, and he's just gasping, looking around, holding on to his weapon. And he was looking at you, and you can see his legs are shaking, and he starts to falter. And while propping himself up with his axe, he looks at you and says, "Don't let me stand here at night." And he collapses into the ground. You can see him breathing, but he's not conscious.
Well, I guess we'll have to carry him.
I guess.
Pick him up.
Weighs around 240, 250 pounds.
I will try to pick him up.
I will assist you in picking him up.
So will I.
With the three of you, your might combined, because you don't have to roll anything, you can pick him up.
So, are we changing course back to town?
Well, if we go to the coastline, will he be safe there?
I don't know.
Go ahead, Gani.
I'm trying to figure this puzzle out, because if we go back to town, we're supposed to be safe. But is
there's
town
an
the...
Oswong in town.
A good question. Is town the only safe place? Are there more safe places? Is the coast safe? Is town even safe? Is anywhere safe?
Well, here's not safe.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
At the very least, we should get out of the forest. I don't know if the coast is any nicer, but
It's not the forest.
there's not poisonous plants on the coast.
So we keep moving.
Okay.
This is agreeable to me.
We keep moving.
Yep.
Bravo check, please.
Survival.
I will make the check, Ligaya,
I
if
will
you would
roll
assist
to
me.
assist. Which dice hasn't betrayed me tonight? I'm like panicking looking at my dice now.
That's a very
bad.
accusatory question.
Okay, this one dice is doing real well. For survival?
Yes.
18.
18? Okay. You assist?
I did the assist.
Another 19.
Okay.
Whew.
Faiza, you...
Good. My first one was an 8.
In this clearing, you have a little bit of a plateau. You can make out the top of the central building inside Linawan.
Oh. I can see Linawan.
All right. So I'm assuming it's closer than the coast. If you can
Yeah,
see it.
about how far away does it look?
It looks to be within about 30 minutes walk.
Okay.
Well-
So, I mean, it's a 30-minute walk.
That is probably
Yeah.
best, and then at least we can leave this person there while we figure out the next steps.
Agreed. Let's go. Okay, he's getting a little heavy.
Yes.
Let's move.
You make your way through the underbrush of the forest, heading towards Linawan. Eventually, through careful steps through the forest and the underbrush, you do make it there as the storm starts to set in. You head towards Toragan, and there you see that a lot of the other hunters who went out are also damaged. Fire marks, bruises, all throughout.
Are there any healers?
You see some people going around healing them, but even with healing, some of them still remain rattled.
Okay. I will help everyone get the Umalaga Dragonborn to a healer. And then I want to ask if I find the other headhunter.
You don't see the other headhunter here.
Cool, that's concerning.
Is it,
Great.
though?
We should ask someone who's been hurt what hurt them.
Someone who's conscious enough.
Is anyone conscious enough?
You can see that people here, if they're not bedridden, they are closed up. Their body language and their demeanor does not invite an easy conversation, but you can talk to them if you do want to try.
I'll try.
Okay.
You make me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Yep, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, let's see. Can we up the nat one counter one more time?
Don't jinx it.
Hey, maybe I put the energy into the universe. It'll surprise me. Okay, that's an persuasion. That's an 8.
An 8,
Yeah, I'm not talking to anyone.
people who you approach just do not respond or don't give you anything at all.
Do I see anyone without burn marks specifically? With anyone with burn marks?
Sorry, repeat that for me?
So, of the hunters that have come back, a lot of them are damaged. Is there anyone who hasn't been specifically, because one of the things that we three are lacking are burn marks?
Mhm.
Is there anybody else with burn marks in the same company as people with burn marks?
You do see a few people who lack burn marks, and they are just either hovering around people who do have the burn marks or are still shut off from other people right now.
Okay, I'm going to approach someone without burn marks, who is hovering over someone with burn marks. And I'm going to act super inquisitive, like, what could have done this sort of damage to this person? Except that better than that.
Make me the roll disadvantage.
Sure will.
Can I try to help by trying to be like, well, I don't know. I wonder who did do it. Exactly the way that I just presented that.
Go ahead and roll to assist, but if you don't assist, it's going to make it worse for Faiz if she doesn't succeed.
I like it. Go for it, Gani. Do it.
Do it.
Gonna use new d20s. It's
We're going to run out of D20s at this rate.
Oh,
No,
I'm out. I am out. I am out of d20s.
Is this a straight roll or a disadvantaged roll?
Straight roll.
Okay. And it's persuasion.
Yeah.
Could I make it performance?
Nope.
Dang it. Yeah, it's hot garbage.
All right, Faiz, if you fail, it's going to be much worse.
Excellent. That's a 12. With disadvantage, so I'm impressed.
Yeah,
At
I'm
myself.
impressed. It's above a 10 with our luck.
There is no response from people. And as you just call out, they're not looking at you, but you can feel a sense of resentment coming your way. It's not just someone didn't hear you, but people are actively ignoring you.
Cool, great, great, awesome. She's gonna go back to Gani and Ligaya.
As you sense this from the crowd, you hear a voice call out from the entrance of the Torgon. You see that third headhunter, battered and bruised, more so than other people. She's missing one of her arms. And she calls out, Did anyone see where my boy went?
See where who went?
Yeah, who?
Sorry. She says, Did anyone see where my boy went?
Oh no.
And that is what will end this week.
Cool. Yay.
No, though.
Fun.
No, I
Yay.
don't want to do this.
God, you're making my social anxiety flare up when everyone's actively ignoring us.
I don't
Thanks.
have to roll anything to hurt people. I want you to know that.
I know.
You don't.
With
No,
how
not
we're
really.
rolling, we're just actively
Just let us just kneecap
Just let us
ourselves.
do it. Yeah.
God, yeah.
Well, that said, thank you for being here, everybody. I know we had some technical hiccups, but all in all, thank you for being here for our first episode.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
Haha! Adventure, right, guys?
Okay. Okay.
Yay.
I like how the only one smiling in this shot.
I'm just stressed because I'm like, man, if like 6, 7 nat ones is our premiere, how bad is it gonna get?
Oh, we'll
No.
find out.
We're getting it all out right now.
Yeah,
Because
right now, before next week shows up, I do believe we have some giveaways going on.
Yes,
Heck
we do.
yeah. So yeah, while we go through our introductions, everyone, make sure to get your hashtags in so that they can pull winners for the fans.
Only enter once.
Yes.
Yes.
Only hashtag once.
And if you're a subscriber, you're more likely to win. So if you've been thinking about, should I subscribe? You are more likely to get a free book or a free mini.
If you have that Amazon Prime subscription just sitting around collecting dust, man, free subscription, free higher chances to get a book or a mini.
You can get digital dice that maybe will not be as cursed as ours.
Exactly.
That is a hard guarantee, honestly. Y'all's dice are cursed.
Oh,
It
yeah,
is
no.
Oh my
literally impossible to do worse than this.
Yeah.
Quite literally, we rolled as bad as you can get when it comes to this session.
Yeah, so
I believe the winners have been drawn.
Yeah. The winner of the Eldritch Foundry figure for this episode is Zero the Druid. Congrats, Zero the Druid. And the winner of the D&D Beyond giveaway is Selenia.
Selenia, you have won the D&D Beyond book. Congratulations, Selenia.
Yes. You know that Mac and I have to actively fight the urge to copy that voice?
Well, Mac loses a lot more than you do.
Yes. I do.
It's a good time.
I am the loser.
And congrats to our 2 winners. And, well, let's go with the outros. Let's go with our headhunter.
Hi. Yes, hello. I play Ligaya, the headhunter. Headhunter is her class, which you can find in the Islands of Sina Una, which is over on the deck of many. I was the lead writer for it. Super exciting. It's a super fun class to play. And yeah, you can find me personally, Mackenzie, over on Twitter at Mackenzie Lane DA. I talk a lot about my upcoming projects, including including stuff with MCDM, and D&D. Sometimes with D&D Beyond, sometimes with Maychen Press, sometimes with a whole bunch of awesome people. I've got some cool stuff coming up, so I'm super excited to talk about that. And you can check that out over on my Twitter. Thank you so much for having me today, even though I couldn't roll for garbage.
It's a good thing you have guaranteed damage, right?
I love the conviction damage so much. It's so good for me, a person who cannot roll ever.
A lifesaver.
That will then bring us over to our fighter of the night.
Yes. Hi, my name is Josh. You can find me across pretty much every social media platform that exists, excluding MySpace, because who's still there anymore? At Joshua M. Simons. That's
Put your hand down.
That's my Twitter handle, Instagram, TikTok. Yeah, I think I'm on Facebook. Got all the stuff. I stream here on Twitch on Wednesdays and Sundays normally. You can find me. I do a variety of things, mainly video games, occasionally charity D&D games. And yeah, I write and publish stuff every now and then. I've done stuff with Maychen Press in the past. I have published a couple things on the DMs Guild. I've got a couple other things in the works, so stay tuned on Twitter. That's where you're going to find updates. And yeah, this has been fun. I really liked the bit where we didn't die.
Yeah, no, I really liked that bit. That was the best bit.
That's going to bring us over to our wizard of the night.
Hello, I am your wizard. My name is Latia Jakis. You can find me at Latia Jakis across most social medias. You can also catch me on Sundays at twitch.tv/Waterdeep, where I play the Hani, Erica Monk, who hits a lot more than the combined totals of this party. I also write things. I'm one of the designers, developers for Into the Mudlands, and for futurist setting that we will be writing and doing things with. You can check them out at twitch.tv/Cypher of Tier on Sunday evenings. And I'm going to shout out Critical Bard right now because although he was not able to be with us this evening, and I'm pretty sure we would have done a lot better if he were here, you can find him at Critical Bard across social media, and he is the host for To the Motherlands, which is our Into the Motherlands talk show that will be on his channel, I think, on Wednesday evenings. So you can catch us all there. Send him some love because he's having horrible moving problems right now. And that is the cast. Take it away, Paladin.
All right, and I've been your DM for the evening. My name is HTC Paladin. You can find me on Twitter, and unfortunately, you can also find me on Instagram. I don't post anything, but people still find me. I am a TTRPG content creator and graphic designer, and I have been the co-director for the making of the Islands of Sina Una. I cannot believe that a side job turned into all this.
God, isn't that true? Isn't that
so
too
true.
real?
Yeah.
I hate it. Thanks.
But thank you all for being here. I can't put into words just how much I appreciate all of you. And we'll be here next week with episode 2. And have a good night.
And please don't roll as many nat ones as we did.
Everybody,
they literally could not.
Clean your dice, cleanse your dice. We love you.
Yep.
We're gonna go raid channel now.
Yeah, we're gonna raid.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go raid.
Yeah, we're gonna go raid Ray or with a brick. So let's get at it. She's playing a scary game, and her alerts are set to scare her as well. So this is gonna be fantastic.
Excellent.
Heck yeah.